can't go out! Not when the weather's so nasty!
The weather wouldn't hurt me, Yellowstone. It wouldn't hurt you either.
So, that don't mean I'm not allowed to worry. First Yosemite runs off, and now you too. It just ain't right.
Oh, please. Stop pretending like you're human. Anyone would get sick of the charade going on inside this cabin after long enough.
I'm sorry, Yellowstone, but I need to think.
Hey! Wait! That was a real crummy thing to say. We might not be human, but we have feelers that work just as well as yours.
Sorry to hear that. Just take advantage of not being human. It's your biggest strength. Don't have to worry about the same crap we do.
That's a fib. If we're strong, it's 'cause we're so much like people. That's the way I see it.
Don't look so smug. If Yosemite's collective consciousness mumbo-jumbo is right, then you three came from people. That's a tragedy, if you ask me. Rise above it.
You just keep being a negative Nancy. I'll keep being a correct Kathy.
Sorry.
No big dealio. We've all had a rough go of it today.
We know who to thank for it, at least.
Me?
Not unless you're 6 feet tall and have blue hair.
Oh. Yeah. I know it's easy to get steamed at Yosemite. I'm kinda steamed at Yosemite. But she's sad. And she's been sad for a while. I tried my darndest to keep the fat lady singing for as long as I could, but when she's ready to yodel, by golly, she's gonna yodel. Don't pin too much on her, please.
She told me about how different Zion used to be, you know? When did it start? Have you always known?
I think it had already started by the time they found me. But even back then, Zion was different.
Different how?
Just different. A little taller, maybe? I don't remember so well. It's like I can think it, but I can't see it. Feelings come back the strongest. The more big ol' Zion changed to little ol' Zion, the clearer she gets in my noggin. And the crankier Yosemite got. I always figured she was such a sourpuss 'cause of me, you know? That her and Zion had something real swell going on, and that by me being here, I had jammed it all up. Cooking, cleaning, and all that good stuff. I do it 'cause I'm grateful for the company, and I guess at some point I started hoping the gratitude would make her less sad.
Ever think that some people are just sad by their very nature?
Being sad is natural. All suffering is. But suffer too long and you kind of remove yourself from nature. You want to move with the circle, not get left behind in it. That way, when it comes back around, you're ready.
You think Yosemite, a representative of nature, has removed herself from it?
Oh, I think it's something a whole lot of people do.
Aha.
Say, what are those papers you keep tearing up?
Nothing important.
As the gal who's gonna have to sweep them up, I'd say it's pretty important to me.
I'll clean them up then. They're feedback forms. Visitors can fill them out. Most do it to complain. All these ones happen to mention me.
Ooh, juicy gossip. Hey. This don't look like moaning to me. In fact, they're saying some real nice things about ya. Handwriting could be better, though.
Yeah, they're all like that. My supervisor wanted me to read them.
So why are you ripping them all up?
Because they're convenient lies.
You mean none of these things actually happened?
Oh, they happened, all right. I just think they got the wrong impression of me. Take a look at any of those and tell me if it sounds like me.
I think they do.
Then, for my sake, I hope you're wrong. Having fun? Hey! That's my journal, not your arts and crafts project! You're dead.
Read it. Go on, don't be shy. There's nothing wrong with being valued, Eve. lights went out.
I'm done thinking. Is it okay if I come back in now?
Come in, I'll give you shelter from the storm. Just look at ya, you're soaked to the bone.
Sorry for getting upset earlier.
It ain't no thing.
You're not fibbing, are you?
Of course not. We've all been getting a little peeved lately, so I think your lid is entitled to at least one flip.
Okay. I still think it was childish of me, though.
You got back here quick. Sure you did enough thinking out there?
Probably not as much thinking as you do, Miss Eve.
Too much of it if you ask me.
It's better than thinking too little, probably. Actually, the reason I came back is because I wanted to talk to you.
To me? Don't know if you noticed, but I don't have the most engaging personality.
That's not true. Yosemite wouldn't like you as much as she does if that were the case. Could you possibly take my hand? I'd like to go somewhere special for this.
Another field trip! Do we want to try for another picnic?
Actually, Yellowstone...
Oh, I see how it is. You cats think you're too cool for school. A bumpkin like me would just cramp your style. Go on, get. Old Yellowstone will hold down the fort like she always does.
Thank you.
Hold on, I haven't agreed to anything yet.
That's okay. You'd end up doing it anyway. Ready?
Yeah, fine. Ugh, son of a...
Such a bumpy landing. You weren't thinking about letting go, were you?
Does it matter if I was? Ouch.
It does! You mustn't even think of it. Never, ever.
So, I'm guessing we're somewhere in Zion.
Feeling enraptured?
Only so many vistas you girls can show me before that stops happening.
I don't believe that's true.
Yeah. It's not. Is this where your painting is?
Angel's Landing. That's correct. Although, I'd like to think of it more as a portrait.
Anything with a frame usually is.
It seems the best of us is rubbing off on you. was being wishy-washy today.
Why? Because you couldn't stand up to Yosemite? She was always going to push it as far as she could. It's her malfunction, not yours.
It was never about standing up for myself. What I'm guilty of is much worse. I wasn't able to commit to the truth. I had told you that change is natural.
As gradual as the passing of the dusk to dawn.
Yes, that's right. And yet, I wasn't certain enough to contradict that almost immediately afterwards, telling you that we do what we can for as long as we can. But that's resisting change. It's a terrible thing to indulge someone else's stagnation. That's what I did to Yosemite.
You know, after she ran, I went and tracked her down.
That was a very kind thing to do.
To chew her out.
Oh,
Every reason and justification she gave me sounded selfish and brain dead. For someone who exclusively speaks with words that are over 2 syllables, she sure has trouble articulating herself. But after cooling off a little, I think I sort of get it. She's afraid. Not of change, but what can be left behind because of it. Who you used to be might be different than who you are now, even if you still think you're that person. New isn't scary, but the idea that the old might not be there anymore is. The drama queen compared it to obliteration. And she said that's what happened to you. Do you know what happened to you?
it's not about knowing, Miss Eve. Anyone can tell their sunburn if they've been outside long enough. I don't remember. It's like you said. Whoever I was is much different than who I am now. But to say that I've been obliterated would be a true disservice to whoever it is that I was. Obliteration isn't real. Everything echoes. Whether me, you, or anyone else knows it or not. Everything is passed down. never truly leaves their old self behind. The old informs the new. They'd be imaginary without it. And not just ourselves, but others too. It's not scary, not one tiny bit, because any part of yourself that's ever been will always be.
So the residual effects of misery last forever, huh?
Yes, has the building blocks to much better things.
So, can I ask a question?
I think you just did, but another one is okay too.
Do you, have the wings because of the names of places like this, or is there a logistical reason for it? I don't understand why you girls look the way you do at all.
Miss Eve. Stop overcomplicating everything.